Hello, Eurovision friends. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. The great website EurovisionWorld.com has just updated their odds part of the website, which is really amazing. And they have added the semi-odds. So what do the odds think? Who will qualify from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2? And I wanted to look at that with you and compare it with my own prediction as well. But they also added who will be in the top 10? What do the odds think? Who has the best chance to be in the top 10 to do best out of the big five, the Nordics, the Baltics. And I wanted to look at that with you. And at the end, we'll also have a quick look at the overall odds. So first of all, I wanted to look at my semi-1 prediction, which I did after the running order came out. And as you can see, I think that Moldova, Iceland, Australia, even though I'm not quite sure about that, Ireland, also not quite sure about that, will probably not qualify. And then we need one more. And I think that might be Azerbaijan or Cyprus. And as you can see, I think that Ukraine and Croatia are basically safe. I think Luxembourg is quite safe now, and Lithuania as well. So let's look at where the odds are at the moment for semifinal 1. As you can see, the last country in this list is Iceland with a 24% chance of qualifying. That's not too bad, actually. It's a quarter chance qualifying. Moldova, also 24%. And then Azerbaijan, they almost give them 44, like almost half, almost 50% of a qualifying chance. Ireland, 46%, and Australia, 55%. So that means the odds agree with my prediction. Sometimes I'm not 100% sure whether it's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everyone predicts, everyone sees what other people think in the fan bubble, and I do that too. I said that it's a prediction. I'm not saying which countries I want to qualify, but which countries I think will qualify based on past results and also what other people say. And then we might overlook something like last year. At this point, I think I said Australia wouldn't qualify, and they obviously won their semifinals, so I was quite wrong about that. And well, that's the fun of Eurovision, that some things might turn out very differently than we predict, because otherwise it would be boring. Then in 10th place, they have Portugal with a 61% qualification chance. I really hope that that is true. As you know, this is my favorite song now. Slovenia, also 61%, Poland, 73%, Serbia, 74%. This was a bit lower yesterday, if I remember correctly. And Cyprus, this is where I am really at odds with the odds, so to say, because I think that Cyprus might be in a bit of trouble. They are opening the semi, which might help to stay memorable in a way, but there are also better pop songs, female-led pop songs like Luxembourg, which is just above them, that might outshine Cyprus in the end. Finland in 4th place. Some people might be surprised by that, but I think based on the fact that this is a televote-only semi-final, that actually makes sense. I have no doubt that Finland will qualify to the final again at this point. Who knows what the rehearsals will bring. People also think, like me, that Croatia and Ukraine are basically a safe bet, and Lithuania is very close behind. Lithuania, of course, had a lot of luck with the countries that are also in its semi-final. So these are the odds for semi-final 1. Let me know what you think. And now let's look at my prediction for semi-final 2. There it is. And as you can see, after the running order was revealed, I predicted Malta. Not quite sure about that one anymore. San Marino, Czechia, Latvia, Albania, and Denmark not to qualify. And as you can see, I'm a bit more certain about my prediction for semifinal 2 than I am about semifinal 1, because there are less countries near the line of qualification. So, and I think the most likely country to qualify from semifinal 2 would be the Netherlands. Greece was in 2nd place. I would lower that a little bit and now say that probably Switzerland and Norway might be in a better position. Now let's look at the odds. As you can see, Czechia with a 22% qualifying chance predicted by the odds at the moment, and thus in last place, even though she did a great performance in Madrid. Maybe that will change the odds at some point as well. Malta in 15th place, Albania in 14th place. I think people might underestimate the support that Albania has in this semi-final. San Marino, 13th place, Latvia in 12th place, and Denmark in 11th place. So these are the countries predicted by the odds not to qualify. And that is kind of in keeping with their qualifying records in the last couple of years. So maybe that is what influences the odds a bit too much at the moment, and they're not looking at the songs enough. I could see that. Georgia, however, with a very bad qualification record in the last couple of years, is predicted to qualify at 54%. And I think people are just quite convinced that Nutsa will deliver a great performance, and I'm quite sure of that as well. Estonia, quite low for a song that is so televote friendly, but it's kind of in keeping with my own prediction as well. Austria, quite low, but as you can see, 81% qualifying chance. So people are really not that sure. I'm saying people, the odds are really not sure between Estonia, Georgia, Denmark, and Latvia. But then there's a huge gap between Estonia and Austria. So we have to keep that in mind. And I do think that Kalin will be able to qualify. Then we have Israel. I've always said that this is a quite difficult situation to predict. But in a way, I now think that Israel will actually make it to the final, and the odds agree at 82%. Norway, quite low for a song like this that has a lot of televote appeal, I do think, but still 86% qualifying chance. I mean, that is incredible already. Armenia, Greece, Belgium, Switzerland, and the Netherlands are all predicted to qualify. And look at that, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Belgium all have over 90%. Madina Sati, 89% qualifying chance, and Armenia also 86%. So the odds are basically in agreement that Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium, Greece, and Armenia seem like surefire qualifiers at the moment. Now, these are the odds as they are at the moment for the semi-finals. And as I've said, there are also some cool other things that you can bet on. For example, which country has the best chance of making it into the top 10? That's a bit different from the winner's odds, because there might be a country like, let's say, Spain, where you think they will get a huge televote result, but not a great jury result. And so you think they will have a good result, but they have no chance of winning because the juries just wouldn't support them, for example. And as you can see here, people, or the odds, let's say, have the least amount of belief in Moldova and Albania of making it into the top 10. Also San Marino, Malta, Germany in 32nd position, Portugal, Azerbaijan, Iceland, Slovenia, Luxembourg, as you can see. But the more we go up, the higher the percentages are that people think it is possible. Here is the country I just mentioned, which is Spain, with a 13% chance according to the odds. Ireland, 15% chance of making it into the top 10. Then you have Cyprus, 16%, Poland, 17%, Serbia with a 20% chance of making it into the top 10. Finland, 24%. I guess people think this might get a huge televote result, but not a great jury result. For example, the UK is doing quite well. Armenia, Norway, and Austria are quite high up, and Israel in 11th place. And the 10 countries that the odds predict at the moment have the best chance of making it into the top 10 are Lithuania, France, Greece, Belgium, Sweden, and Belgium and Sweden are already over 50% of making it into the top 10. And then you have the top 5 of the betting odds for the winner's odds as well, with the Netherlands, Croatia, Ukraine, Switzerland, and Italy. But as you can see, people are more convinced that Italy will be in the top 10 with a 77% chance than they are of Switzerland, 75%, even though Switzerland is leading in the winner's odds by quite a margin now. We will look at that in a minute, which makes sense because Switzerland is a very experimental song, and you might think this will either win because people get it, or it might not even make it into the top 10, even though, I mean, 75% chance of making it into the top 10 is still very, very good. Then just a very quick look who will do best of the Big Five. I did my song battle yesterday, and the winner in the song battle was Italy. And as you can see, 57% chance that Italy will be the most successful Big Five country, 24% for France, 11% for the UK, 6% for Spain, and 2% for Germany. And I have not that much to say about this because I kind of basically agree with these odds, even though I would put France a bit higher because I think France might really do well in the jury vote. Then another quick look at the Nordics, 43% chance that Sweden will be the most successful, as in most years, 28% for Norway, 17% for Finland, 7% for Denmark, and even 5% for Iceland, even though Iceland is doing relatively badly in most of the other odds. And then there's also the Baltic, 70% chance that Lithuania will do best. I think that might be right. 15% for Estonia and 15% for Dons, even though I still believe in a scenario where Dons does really, really well in the jury vote if he does make it to the final. Now, just to make this video complete, let's also have a quick look at the winners' odds. In the lower position, there hasn't been too much change, actually, as you can see. And as we get closer to the top 10, you can see the UK at 2% winning chance. Lithuania, Sweden, Austria, and Israel all have a 2% winning chance at the moment. And especially Austria and Sweden have been switching places in the last couple of days. Greece has dropped a little bit. Is that right? No, I think France was above them before. France now at 4%. I think that's too low, as I always say. Belgium at 4%. The Netherlands and Ukraine have been switching places on and off, both at 9% winning chance. Then we have Italy with 12, kind of approaching Baby Lasagna a little bit, who was the leader for quite a long time. But as you can see, Switzerland has really taken the lead over Croatia with now 7% separating them. So this one performance on Swiss television and at the Madrid pre-party by Nemo has really convinced a lot of people that this might be our winner, and the Swiss head of delegation has already said that they are ready to host, which isn't surprising. But this is a very open year, so I think we can expect some things to change in the coming weeks, especially once the rehearsals start and we see the stagings. So really exciting. Do subscribe if you don't want to miss that. I'll do videos like this one on and off for the next couple of weeks to just keep you updated. And also I love doing these and love talking about it. So do subscribe, and then I'll see you for my next video. See you then, and bye-bye.